Good morning. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's not what we want to see. Well, the wedding dress arrived, so we are moving it to Tia's house. That way Ryan isn't tempted to take a peek.
Is that a goat?
Guineas are guard birds.
Chicken now.
This looks like something out of place. They work.
Really?
I mean, I hear it.
I went to school with a guy who refurbishes old Coca-Cola machines like this.
Oh my gosh, yeah, this thing works. There's
Little house on the prairie.
It really feels like stepping back in time.
Where they used to put the wanted posters in the post office.
Oh my gosh.
Advertising for the military. Tinker Toys.
Oh my gosh. Slip and look at that one slip and slide.
A slide whistle.
Pure sugar
Tastes like
cane
wood.
syrup.
Tastes like wood, Mom. Tastes like wood.
I do need to get more honey. They have just pure sugar cane syrup.
I saw that.
Oh, here's that brand of jellies you were talking about in the wedding.
Oh, okay. Moonshine original hot sauce, but it's clear.
That's promise.
Matt would like that. Wind up teeth. Oh my God, you remember those when we were a kid? Wind up teeth. These old Parcheesi and backgammon games.
Bacon ketchup. Bacon dressing. All this. Hey, they got that blue crab salsa. The old food.
Oh yeah, that we get at Publix. Look at all the cast iron.
Cinnamon pecan roll popcorn.
Oh, we buy this kind of stuff in Virginia.
How do you eat this?
You just fry it up.
And it's shelf-stable?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah.
No refrigeration.
It's-
Oh, dry cured. Okay.
Yeah, salt cured. Canned beef. Canned pork.
What?
Canned turkey.
What? Some peaches.
Bologna bites in water. Pickled, smoked. Oh, they're pickled. Tomato jam. Oil peanuts. Is this place not cool? Mike, what is this thing here? Is this a coffee grinder? Oh yeah, it grinds coffee. There's a Hawaiian ukulele in a box up there. Oh.
This is good. This is good.
I haven't tasted mine yet.
Remember when Hershey's first came out?
Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I know it has been a hot minute. Sorry, apologize, but I've just been out living my best life over the last few weeks. So if you saw, you would have seen already footage of Mike and I going to the Big Bend power plant in Apollo Beach, Florida to see the manatees. They do come into the power plant every year. They open the viewing center from November through April. The manatees are looking for the warm water, so the water that's discharged from the power plant is nice and toasty, so they come in and hang out when the weather gets cold down here, cold for us. And then come spring, they'll go back out into the wild again. I mean, it's still wild where they're at. It's not like they're trapped or anything, but so that's what we did on one day. And then the next day was the footage from the Richloam General Store, which is the oldest general store and post office in the state of Florida. This was about, I don't know, 45 minutes maybe north of Zephyr Hills, Florida. I forget the name of the town that it was in, but it was the coolest thing. You saw it. It was so neat. It was like we stepped back in time. I felt like it was on the Little House on the Prairie type days with the little general stores. So just doing some exploring. The toe is still trying to heal. I'm obviously not babying it. I'm wearing shoes, but certain ways that I move this toe, I'm not quite sure if I actually broke it or if I, really tore some ligaments, because it's still not where it should be. Certain ways that I move it, pain just shoots in there. So I still gotta be a little careful on the toe yet. Leave it to me. Who can just get up from sitting and break a toe? Me. I'm just a constant medical fiasco for my family. Always have been, probably always will be. So in good news, I am officially employed again, thank God, because I'm going out of my mind, not working. I need to work. I need to be out. I can't just, oh gosh, I'll never retire fully. I just, oh my Lord. I apologize. I washed my hair last night, went to bed with it wet, and I look a mess. Anyway, I'll never fully retire. I can't imagine not having something to look forward to, like going to work life. I can't. Anyway, new job. Company is Quest Diagnostics. One of the companies that Quest bought out was Dermapath Diagnostics. I will actually be working on the Dermapath Diagnostics side, but the umbrella company is Quest. So my title is Medical Transport Specialist. It's going to be my first job where I'm not interacting with humans. I will just be interacting with parts of their bodies. So basically picking up tissue samples from dermatologists, whether it's been skin that's been removed from the body or a mastectomy or probably the occasional testicle, anything that is done in a dermatology office or a dermatology surgery center. I'll be picking up specimens, driving them to all around Tampa, north, east, southwest. I have a big territory. And then the end of my route brings them back to a central location, whether they stay in that big lab or some of the specimens have to actually go down to Miami. There's another driver that would pick up and drive overnight to take them to Miami. So I start officially on February 20th. So I just accepted the job by signature on Monday. Today's Wednesday. So I just got my order for my drug test last night. So I do have an appointment today at 1:30 for my drug test. Obviously, gonna pass that. and they have to wait for a background check to come back, but they know with my previous employer that's not going to be an issue, because obviously being a federal officer, my entire family had a background check done on them for that position, and then they have to pull a motor vehicle report because I will be using their company vehicles, and my motor vehicle report is spotless as well. So thank God for living a good, clean life. And it's funny because my one daughter in her position, she's a food and beverage director, and she's trying to hire staff. And this is, I mean, it's in the banking industry, so they're still pulling background checks, even though it's for food and beverage type positions. But so many people can't pass a background check nowadays. It blows my mind. Like, what are y'all doing out there that you can't pass a background check for a basic minimum wage job? And I don't know how anybody passed drug screening anymore. I honestly don't know. Sitting in traffic down here, and it's gorgeous right now, so I don't run the air conditioner in the car. My sunroof is open, my windows are open, but just if you stop at a stoplight, all you smell is weed. Like, everybody is smoking weed. You get out of your car in a parking lot, it smells like weed. Like, I got out of the car the one day at a little shopping plaza, and I had two people approach me with clipboards. Are you a registered voter in the state of Florida? I said, yes, I am. Would you be willing to sign a petition to put recreational marijuana on the ballot? No. Like, it's everywhere. It is everywhere. And I cannot stand the smell of it. It smells so bad. I'm sorry if any of you are weed smokers, but do an edible, man. The smell of that stuff is just horrible. But if you want a decent job, don't do it at all, because you ain't gonna pass a background or drug test. Oh, I'm trying to be quiet because everybody in the house is still sleeping. But I hear my little granddog's nails on the floor in the bedroom. Yes, that was my little granddog, so she just went outside to potty. So child number one is up. Husband's still in bed. Ryan's still in bed. So I'm just sitting here doing my normal thing. Got my Killer Clowns from Outer Space mug. Love that movie. So cheesy, but I love it. So I'm going to dry my tea. Again, do my normal daily devotions. And I got a new book yesterday at Target. I didn't start it yet, obviously, because I just bought it. I love Kristen Chenoweth. She is so dear. It's called I'm No Philosopher, But I Got Thoughts. So I'm going to start that one this morning as my new book. And then we have got to get in the kitchen. So I don't think I'm going to put it on this video. I think I'm going to do a separate video. I am going to make a big pot of marinara sauce and freeze some quart jars of it. And I'm making a pot of minestrone for us to eat before Mike goes to work today. So obviously our schedules are going to be changing a little bit with me going back to work. I will actually be cooking dinner at night. When I get home, he will be eating the leftovers the next day before he goes to work. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to have to change again, but you know me, I'm always up for change. I love change. I think change is great. I think change makes you grow as a human. It's not good to be stagnant. It's not good to be stale. We always need to be growing, learning, changing, experiencing new things. So I'll get back to you. So this past weekend, I had so stinking much fun. This is where I am so thankful for social media. I know Facebook's become very controversial. So many ads, so much controversy as far as politics, but I look for the good in it. And one of the good things was I was able to reconnect with someone who was a huge part of my childhood that I have not seen for 38 years. She was my church bestie growing up. Did so much together. I was always sleeping over at her house, did things with her family, and then her family moved to Ohio. And the only time we got to see each other then was at church camp. So after all these years, she came down to Florida
on the other coast, mind you. I'm on the West Coast. She came down to visit her husband's family on the East Coast over in Ormond Beach. So Mike and I made the trip over there. It's been like a 2.5 hour drive. You can drive from one side of Florida to the other in a couple hours. And spent all day and evening with them, her and her husband, and his mom and boyfriend. And we just had a blast. Spent the night and then drove home the next day. And it was, do you ever have those friends where you can not see them for like forever and not even talk to them? Other than Facebook comments, we haven't talked. And then we get together and it's like no time has passed. This is one of those people. So I did post pictures on Facebook. If you don't follow me on Facebook, go ahead and follow me over there. My full name on Facebook is in my description box. But I did post 2 pictures, one from 1985, which was the last year that we saw each other, and then one from last Saturday. So I finished my reading. I got to get up and get ready, and then we got to get in the kitchen.
So I just had to go do my drug test for work, and it was near. I had to go to Quest Diagnostics to be employed by Quest Diagnostics. Seems a little odd. Anyway, it was near the development where Mike and I lived when we moved down here in 2018, and I'm actually sitting in front of the house that we used to live in. So if you've been following me for a while, you will recognize this was the house that we had in 2018 when we lived down here. I loved it. There was no one behind us, no one on this side of us. Loved it. It was a little small, but it was perfect for Mike and I. Well, I just finished on Netflix. I'm trying to think of the name. It was called The Sins of Our Mother. It was kind of a docu-series on the Lori Vallow Chad Daybell case. I'm telling you, people, this is the second docu-series that I've watched where different organized religions are more like cults than anything else. Like, you really have to have your radar up because there's so many false teachings and false prophets out there that are just downright evil. Just wow. At least the case has been solved, and she goes to trial this year, thank God, and I hope they give her the death penalty, and him. But anyway, that's how I finished my night. So I'm going to get this video up, and then I also have another video following right after it on the 3 recipes that I did today. So back-to-back videos, and I'll see you soon. Good night.